I should have gotten water. That's okay. We are notifying your viewers that you are live. Thank you. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Hi, I just saw you in the live. Shrishti. Obsession was so good this evening. I'm so happy. Okay. I wanted to capture some thoughts here, people. Hello. I know. So lucky, literally. Oh my goodness. For anybody who was literally just in my obsession live, hi. Literally. Hey, how's it been? All right. I want to talk about something very, very quickly, because we all know I digress very quickly. I take a break, and it's like Mount Olympus is crumbling. You know what I mean? Like, people are doing crazy things out here on the internet. It's like we need Persis. And it's like Persis doesn't also know how to take a break. It's so crazy. All right. I want to give a little masterclass here about manifesting specific people. Because everybody in my world just is literally after a specific person. Some of you guys are anticipating, and call yourself out in the comments. Some of you guys are anticipating rejection, disappointment, failure, lack of reciprocity, and all these other things before you even get rejected or get an opportunity to be reciprocated with. The problem is some people want, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. Exactly. Man, I wish that song would be on the radio when my phone is out. It never is, and it pisses me off because I'm ready to make the TikTok of the year with that song, Manifestation Edition. So this is the thing. I want to know what part, and I know it's going to sound like a little bit wrong, but I really want to understand what you're perhaps not understanding. What part of us is saying, I can anticipate that he or she or it is not going to text me, is not going to choose me, is not going to prioritize or love me, but then why is he, she, or it not doing that? Like, is it making sense that it's actually your lack of anticipating that, assuming that, thinking that is not getting you what you want? Or are those two pieces just not going together at all? Because I know sometimes it's like you have rose-colored glasses on. But for me, I need people to understand what you're actually expecting from this person or not expecting, whether you think they're going to choose you, whether you think they're going to communicate with you, whether you think they're going to do this or do that. Those assumptions matter because those assumptions are based on who they proved you to be in the past. You're forgetting who they proved you to be in the past came from an impaired self-concept or an impaired concept of them, or your excessive focus on unfavorable things that they may have said or did or articulated to you. So what part of us is getting hurt or offended by a lack of reciprocity or choosingness or claimingness or whatever it may be? What part of us is getting offended when we're actually not even thinking, feeling, believing, assuming, anticipating that? That's like saying, I want to lose 10 pounds before I go into the gym. And the gym needs to make me zap my stomach and lose 10 pounds before I go in because I cannot trust that the gym could make me lose weight. Ego. Thank you. Because I just want to make sure. Because this is like so logical to me. This is like 1 + 1 = 2. That I don't know if it's a problem with rose-colored glasses, or I don't know if it's egoic, or I don't know if it's something else. So that's why I'm like sincerely asking. I'm not asking in a bad way. I'm asking because I don't get what some people aren't getting. You know what I mean? So that's where the confusion in my mind is lying. I'm like, is there really a disconnect there? Is there a disconnect, or are they not seeing it, or does it need to become explained? Does it need to be explained in an even more like basic type of way? We hold on to the ego. The ego's bruised. But the thing is, stick with me here, Ashley, because I want to talk this out. I want to talk it out. The ego is bruised. Let's debunk this. Let's debunk this. Let's say I'm butthurt that my celebrity SP has not reached out to me. But do I anticipate that he will? No. Do I anticipate that he even has the capacity to find out my Instagram or DM me? No. Do I think that he would be attracted to me? No. But then I'm upset as to where is my celebrity SP? It's like there's a certain level of self-accountability we've got to have towards that. Because I wish I could sit up here and be a liar. Actually, I don't wish that at all. I'm actually a very morally sound person, but I'm just saying that to articulate the point. I wish I could sit up here and tell you, you don't have to do shit. You don't got to do nothing. You can just run that old track of not good anticipations in your head, and nobody needs to be disciplined, and you can still get what you want. But I'm an honest person. I'm a sincere person. I'd like to think that I look out for people because I want to see them win. And at the end of the day, it's like, how can I be upset? Because at the end of the day, you've helped me through so much. Oh my goodness, I love you. I want to say something so honestly. At the end of the day, it's so important to understand that you getting what you want comes from joyful anticipation of actually moving you in that direction. And actually thinking, feeling, believing, assuming something better about the situation. It cannot and will not ever come from you being in a scenario where we can anticipate the worst and get the best. We have to at least be hopeful that this is a possibility for us. You know what I mean? That, and the way that we can have hope in that is like quantum fields, quantum realities, knowing that anything and everything is possible. You know what I mean? That if we're in an unfavorable reality, it means that we are also in a favorable one, or can be in a favorable one. You know what I mean? Because I wish I could say that, you know what? You don't got to do anything. But there's a reason that unfortunately, only 1% of people are truly capable of being successful. There's a reason why. And a big part of the reason why comes from the fact that at the end of the day, some people have the ability to pay the cover charge to get in. Discipline, absolutely. Discipline. It's like the cover charge to get into the manifestation club is putting up the self-concept, putting up the concept of desire, anticipating, like joyfully anticipating the best and getting in. They change their subconscious beliefs, absolutely. They change their subconscious beliefs because that's literally the cover charge to get in. And that's the only thing we've got to do. So it's like some part of us does have to give ourselves closure, even if our person never did. Because I'll give you an exercise to do. Sit down with yourself and do my reverse engineering exercise. Sit down with yourself. Take 2 positive core memories. Thank you. Ale, maybe? And 2 negative core memories and reverse engineer them. What I mean by that is you will find when you undo this metaphorical big ball of yarn for core memories that were both in positive and negative areas of your life, that it all came down to a core thought, feeling, assumption, or positive or negative scenario you played in your head on loop. And when you realize with pen to paper that shit, I did it in the negative way, and shit, I did it in the positive way, that's your ticket to freedom. That is your ticket to freedom. Because you will have the most biggest, profound aha moment of your entire freaking life. When you realize that it literally came from whatever you find it to be in that exercise. That's your ticket to freedom. That's how you know that as long as I can just do this, there's nothing that's going to stop me. Lean on the crutch of manifestation. Manifestation being a law. I talked about this in my obsession program last night, and somebody asked me what course, where do we get that course? Which course are you referring to, hun? Which course are you referring to? And I'll tell you. But in the obsession program this evening, I talked about we don't question whether gravity is going to catch us. Like if I stand right now, I don't get worried that just because I don't know the complete law of gravity formula and understand how it's going to work, I don't start to fear whether my head is going to bang itself on the roof when I stand up. I have trust and faith in a law because at least I understand the general framework for it, and I know that it's consistent. I know that it's non-discriminatory, and I know it has the ability to apply to my situation, whether I'm 90 pounds, 200 pounds, or 800 pounds. I know and I have confidence and faith and trust that if I stand, I will not hit my head on the roof. I will not. You guys maybe need to perhaps lean on the crutch of manifestation with the vast amount of knowledge and, bits of wisdom that Persis gives you, that this cannot and will not fail me. Because if I put this cover charge up, I get into the club. Nobody can tell me after I've paid the cover charge that I can't get in. And if we think back to Persis's very funny comical videos of the law being a little old woman sitting in a cloud with a typewriter, deciding who gets into the club and who doesn't. If you just change those assumptions, if you just be like, anytime your mind goes out, but this is what I'm saying that it is now. Every time your mind is like, no, but he doesn't do that. I'm saying he does now. She doesn't do that. She's not going to act this way. I am claiming that this is how this person's going to be with me from here on out. Because I'm an amazing and incredible person and I deserve this. I am deciding that this is mine. This is what's happening. Me and this person are together. Come hell or high water, this is what it is. No God is going to strike you for you being so optimistic regarding your situation, and try to make daily practices of writing out all the reasons for why this person would want to conform to your ideal reality. You are kind, you are caring, you are loving, you are nurturing, you are loyal, you are respectful. You have the ability to actually protect this person's heart, show up for them, be kind, be caring. These are characteristics that other people would kiss your feet for. Act like it. Let's not sit here and pretend that in this dating culture, it's not rare to possess the characteristics that you have. Sit here, put your chest forward, shoulders back, and act like the prize that you are, and anticipate that it's of course because I am this exemplary woman or man that this person is going to show up and act correctly. I don't care what they've done in the past. This is who they are now going forward. You have to get stubborn with your own mind or just be satisfied with no results, guys. I gotta lay the hammer down on you guys this evening. You gotta either put up or you know what it is. This is exactly what it is. This is what it is now. It is exactly because I am an amazing woman. I am so kind. I am so caring. I could love that man and actually restore his faith in good females again. I could protect him. I can make sure that he is always feeling safe and loved and nurtured and taken care of in this relationship. Nobody can give him a love that I can. There is nobody that is more sincere than me, more kind-hearted, more genuine spirited than myself. Why not me? Why not? I don't have anything wrong with me that this person wouldn't wake up, get their head out of their ass, and act right. They should be kissing the ground that I walk on, that I even want them. They should be praying and thanking their God that I even want their ass. Because there were so many people out there that would die for my love, that would die for the way that I care for people, that I show up for people, that I'm consistent with people, that I am loyal to people, that I am sincere and honest and kind to people. I am deciding that they freaking see that value. I am deciding that. And anything less than that isn't going to be what's in my focus. There is no reason for why someone would not want to choose you. No reason. Unless you're anticipating the worst. Unless you're anticipating that they're not going to show up. Unless you're anticipating something else. Because at the end of the day, there's far too much knowledge and education to ever fail in your manifestation. So it really is up to you guys' consistency. Because I can come here and give you all the information. But if you're not applying it, and if you're not being stern, and if you're not being strict with yourself, you are going to be the same person on my live a year from now. Is that what you want to be? I give you guys far too much for you to not be having stuff. There are a lot of coaches, as terrible as it is to say, that do not give two hoots about people. I care about you guys so much. There is nobody that wants to see you win more than me. There is nobody that is going to love you or boast you up more than myself. But sometimes it's like, and somebody put this on one of my comments on my video, Persis is like that one teacher in school that's hard on you because she really believes in your potential and she wants to see you win. Absolutely. Absolutely. Some people really need to hear that. Really need to hear that. I purchased your journal, but was confused on how to use it. Well, there's literally a page in there that says how to use this journal. So maybe that can help. Maybe that can help. My rampage is over and it's done, and I'm going to post it up on YouTube. So if you weren't here for it, it was literally just like 15 minutes. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was just something I felt very called to do even in the midst of my time off, because I want to help motivate people to get with it a little bit more and to give themselves the motivation they need to give themselves that kick in the pants. Because it's a short live, it's a very short motivational pep talk. Go back to YouTube maybe in an hour or so, depending on when I can get it up, and listen to it again and again on good days and bad days. You know what I mean? Make sure that you remember the things that I say here. You are no different from anybody else. You have every ability to sit here and post your success story and be interviewed and be somebody else that gets success using these teachings. But we have to understand there is actually a reason why only a percentage of people get success. It's because some of them are not willing and or capable to let go of the old identity of who this person was. And I'm referring to, in this specific live, specific person manifestations, because that's what a lot of people have come into my world asking about. I have no problem doing another rampage on a different day for a different topic, but this is what this topic is for. If you cannot let go of how this person was in the past, you will never manifest the new version of them. And I don't say that to intimidate you. I don't say that to scare you. But at the end of the day, if I could think all of the worst things about my person and still get their best version, I would never need manifestation. I would never need it. And the entire, the entire law of manifestation would collapse. No, you don't write anything out in a separate journal, hon. There's plenty of lines and space to just write it in that specific journal. You don't write anything in a separate journal. All of the writing prompts, all of the space, everything is there for you to write already. So please, please, please understand that. Yes, you will be sitting next to SP. Absolutely. At the end of the day, if we cannot let go of how this past person was, we will never be capable to get to the next level. I'm just being honest. I'm just being so very honest, because I owe you honesty as a creator, as someone that's out here trying to help people get their best life. If you cannot let go of how this person may have let you down in the past personality characteristics, past traits, who they showed you to be, then that manifestation dies with those beliefs. And what I'm saying is, even though at the end of the day, I prefer new person manifestations, because no part of me wanted anybody from my past. And I think they're easier and I think they're better. For people that are stuck on specific person manifestations, a big part of actually successfully executing a person to be somebody else and think and feel and act in accordance with someone else is you not constantly bracing yourself that their old self is the only self. Because then you'll be saturated in a reality where you only get the undesirable version of that person. So if you cannot let go of this person in the past, maybe you need to sit down with yourself and have some fair and honest conversations and say, is it time for me to start to consider other options? Because a big part of being successful in quantum leaping into that reality where you can experience that person in a very kind, loving, and amorous way comes from you letting go of that past. And that is closure that you have to give and things that you have to tell yourself. The way to just give yourself closure is understanding that everything that happened in the past came from two things: your concept of self, your concept of them, and letting it go. And that is not for the weak. There have been people who have been taken advantage of, who have been dogged out in terrible ways and are still trying to manifest that person. Now, I am not one to judge. Whoever you want to manifest, I support you to do whatever it is that you please. But understanding that that's your covered charge that you got to pay. So manifestation doesn't allow anybody to pay a certain amount of money and skip that work and skip that line and get into the club? Are you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually capable of fronting your cover charge? Because that is something that is required from all of our quantum selves to get into the club, as I called it, and get our manifestation. It's not something that anyone can evade. It's not something that, based on race, religion, geography, social, economic status, or anything like that, that anybody can get out of that work. This is the cover charge. We have to pay it, or we have to find something else. So I want you to sit and think about that, because some people are staying saturated in the experience of the old version of their person, maybe their old circumstances or things like that, and wondering why things don't change. The reason why things don't change is exactly that. You're saturated in the experience of your circumstances and the fact that they cannot and will not change. And that is what's leading you to get them to cannot and will not change. And your circumstances being very much something that's almost advertised in your face. Please think about this a lot and again. And we'll come back to it at a later date and time. You know what I mean? I already mentioned how to let go of all the stories, Cynthia. I think you're Cynthia. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's knowing that it all came from impaired concept of self, impaired concept of them in the past, and doing the reverse engineering exercise that I gave earlier in this live if you were here. That is your way to let go of the stories. Because if you do that exercise and you're still hanging on to the stories, that's an egoic desire then. If you sit down and do the reverse engineering exercise, you say, I totally understand where I created this from in my impaired self-concept. I totally understand where I created this from in my impaired self-concept, or my impaired concept of them, pardon me. But why didn't they defy the law and still give me what I want when I had those messed up? Why didn't the law exempt me? Why didn't the law have my back when I was in a poor mental status? That is an egoic desire then. That is an egoic desire. What you're saying in that situation is, why doesn't the law work for me when I do nothing? The only reason they believe they can't change is because you don't think they can. So, yeah. Thank you for this. I rewatch your TikToks and YouTubes every night until I sleep. Absolutely. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm not going to get into that a ton, Rose, because as it is, that actually wasn't information that was supposed to be shared to you guys, but I gave you a little bit of a preview of a little bit of group coaching and personal coaching in that little thing. But I will say that there will be a part 3 to that tomorrow, and hopefully it'll make a lot of sense. For individuals that are in my How to Get Them Obsessed With You program, they are the ones that got the full detailed, like hour and 6 minute long explanation. So yeah. This is the little rampage for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. For individuals, because I see the purchases coming in like crazy, I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate the appreciation. I appreciate people grabbing this journal like a wildfire. For those of you who may be new or do not know about my journal, it is like basically trending. You know what I mean? I have created a journal that is linked literally in my bio to be the solution to everybody's problem in the manifestation community. I literally teach you everything in this journal. Exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. I ask you all the right questions and I keep you accountable to the best of my ability for about 90 days. The group programs and everything like that are also in my bio. Just go to the bio, click on it, click Persis's website, and then go to group coaching. You can still join any of my programs and they are still discounted until January 31st, which is tomorrow. So that means you have about 24 hours to take advantage of the sale for any of my past programs. Any of my past programs. The obsession program is literally, so many people are doing so well. A lot of big realizations, a lot of unique teachings that I've never done before. And then the Be Chosen Masterclasses this Saturday. So many people have signed up for it. I think there's more than like 140 people, and almost 200 got the manifestation equation. So I want to appreciate you guys for so much of the love and so much for the support. It literally lights me up and fulfills my soul to teach people this stuff. But if I'm a good teacher, I also need people that are going to listen and apply. So please definitely try to hear this, try to really process it, try to really digest it. And if at any point in time you want personal coaching, group coaching, any of the master classes or anything like that, you know where to find me. I tried to buy your equation and it was $44. What am I missing? I don't know what you're missing, babe. That's the price of it. I don't know. I think I saw one more question here. I got confused with the journal as there's only space for 2 days, but it says a week. So I'm a little confused what you mean by that. In the journal, there's a page that says how to use the journal. Then it gives you a daily manifestation routine. Then it gives you probably 4 to 5 pages at least in each week to fill out at your own time and leisure. So I don't know what you mean by there's only space for 2 days. I'm not sure what that really means. But if you have any questions and you want any more type of closure on that, definitely let me know. Maybe you could send me an image or something. But yeah, a little confused by that. Do I have a YouTube on reverse engineering? I don't, because that is a paid program exercise. That is a paid client exercise. And once again, I kind of just dropped it here very impromptu as my gift to you. So I will not be making videos on such things only because we don't know what other creators are going to try to take that as well. So it'll just be a little gem for the individuals that are watching the video. I thought it was maybe a page to complete per day. Oh no, it's not a page to complete per day. It's just literally a compilation of questions, accountabilities, and mental health check-ins that throughout your week at your own time and leisure, maybe one day you fill in 1 page, maybe another day you fill in 2 pages, maybe one week you sit down and do all of them at once. It's designed to be fit for your schedule. So yes. I thought it was $27 for this past Saturday. So at one point in time, it was a lower price, but like I had mentioned and warned several times to individuals, as it comes close to the days before, the price increases. So if you did not get it at that low price because maybe you just waited for a really long time, now, unfortunately, it's like this is what the price is now. So I apologize if you may have missed out on all those warnings, but I definitely keep everybody posted on all my socials about how long sales last until, and especially because the manifestation equation is also something that's already been completed. There's no way I could even go back and discount it again because the discount was naturally for before the class started. And yeah, so that's just that. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your evening, and let me know if you have any more questions in the emails. The journal says, or it has a repeat in the calendar. If it had a repeat in the calendar, you probably had one of the first editions that came out. That typo has since been rectified. I don't know why it printed that way, but I can assure you that that is not something that is an issue with any of the journals, and hasn't been an issue with any of the journals for a while. I think that was a problem as part of the document, or how it just printed, or the printing press, or God only knows how that happened. But that is no longer an issue or problem. If you wanted to exchange the journal, you could easily exchange it to receive the journal with the corrected calendar. But there was one error in the original journal that was released, and that was just the repetition of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And that was just an internal error that I corrected within that first week of it launching, I believe. And all the journals have since been rectified. But if you bought it in that first week, that is the only issue that is there in that journal. So if it irks you to that much, you can easily exchange it. The extended journal does have more information, more pro tips, more clarification, more information, more science, more words of wisdom. It has more of everything. Yes. Different questions, different journaling prompts. It allows you to think deeper. What is the masterclass that you did about the manifestation called? It is called My Manifestation Method Masterclass. So there are only 2 masterclasses. That one is the manifestation method. The 2 is the Be Chosen Masterclass. Those are the only 2 masterclasses. So you'll see them very clearly on the website under group coaching. I do have a money course. It is called How to Dissolve Money Blockages. It is my cornerstone program for how anybody wants to manifest money. I have girlies in it that have manifested money in the millions off of a $200 course. So very, very potent information that you could benefit from. Now, the original price of that program is $250, but like I said, for 24 hours longer, which is until January 31st, which I put all of these alerts on all my stories and statuses and stuff like that. If you go to my YouTube community tab, I have listed all of the discount links of all the little things for each program. And all of them will be changed by February 1st. So if you want to get it, now would be the time to get it, because it's not going to come back again until the end of the year, when I have my end of the year sale. Reverse engineering, as I mentioned before, lovely lady, is not something that's posted anywhere, because that is a paid client exercise that I just very kind of generously gave to you guys this evening out of the kindness of my heart. So this has become way longer of a live than what I intended, as usual, but hopefully it was worth it. Hopefully you get a lot of good stuff out of it. And should you want to benefit from the sale again, you absolutely can. Should you want to grab the journal or the extended edition, I definitely encourage you to. You have every ability to be successful without perhaps even ever speaking to me. And how wonderful would that be to pay $50 for a journal and be like, cool, I got my desire. I'm off into the world now. Off to have a good time. So I love you guys very much. Please go do something kind for somebody. Please give back to your community in some way. Compliment yourself, buy yourself something nice, treat yourself to something wonderful, and I will see you very soon.